Hey, you guys, I'm the Sovereign Woman. Welcome back to my channel. This topic is pretty heavy. It's not for the faint at heart. The purpose of this video is to bring awareness to women out there who suffer from having a pick me mom or a boy mom, or if you are conflicted between going no contact with your mom or not. I wanted to share this video along with a few comments to let you know you are not alone. You are absolutely not alone. But let's get into this video.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but let your mother go. Let her go. She does not love you. Let her go. All of those times she neglected you, all of those times she called the cops on you, all of those times she told your business, let her go. Stop trying to prove to her that you are worthy of her love and just focus on the people who actually do love you and who actually are going to come into your life to love you. All of those times in which she showed you that you are not a priority, she meant that. All of those times in which you were neglected and left behind, she knew what she was doing. Let her go. Stop searching for the love that does not exist within her for you. Let her go. Stop making excuses for the way she treats you. Stop making excuses for the way she handles you. She knows how to treat a person. Just look to the way she treats the man in her life. Just let her go. And I know it's easier said than done, but that lady doesn't deserve you. Let her go. All of those times that she showed you that she could not care less about what happened to you or where you ended up, let her go. Stop trying to buy her love and prove to her that you are worthy. Just let her go.
Hey y'all, so this is a very heavy topic, okay? I just wanted to say that again. It's not an easy topic for a lot of women who've had problems with their mothers. This first comment says, "My mother called the cops on me. I need a hug or I'm gonna get drugged." I think that's what she's saying. She's gonna get smugs. I'm not really sure. Now, this next comment says, "It hurts even more when you observe how she puts into your brother's cups, but leaves your cups dry." Then Big Cat responds and she says, "Yes, yes, loving their sons and abandoning their daughters." Now, I want to touch on this in particular. There is a phrase that a lot of mothers use called boy moms, and a lot of women are unknowingly calling themselves boy moms without realizing that being a boy mom makes you a trash human being. Allow me to explain, okay? Because I've talked about this before in the past, but I know I have a lot of new subscribers that probably have not seen those videos or the lives that I talked about that. There's a boy mom and there's mothers of sons. Boy moms allow their sons to get away with everything. They don't have a curfew, but the daughters have a curfew. They can come and go as they please. You give them 50-11 chances. You really don't hold them accountable. You think you do, but you really don't. They'll be right back out doing what they normally do. They can play their game. They don't have to do any chores. The girls got to do the chores. They can invite their friends over. She's not allowed to have her friends over, and if she is, it's very supervised, but she can't because she got to watch the younger kids or she has to do the laundry or whatever. And a daddy giveaway for me, and I don't want to offend anybody when I say this, but this is a dead giveaway of a boy mom. A woman who says sons are way easier to raise than girls. Oh, I want a son. I don't want a girl. Absolute garbage. And I'm sorry. And, y'all may want to unsubscribe to me from this. Y'all should know I don't care. The truth has to be told. I know immediately what type of woman I'm dealing with when she prefers the mutation of herself over herself. Like, you prefer a mutated gene, mutated species over your own species. I already know you're not a good person. Okay? I'm sorry. It is what it is. A mother of a son, on the other hand, holds her sons accountable. She's not letting him get away with anything. She's making him suffer the consequences of his actions. She treats her sons and daughters the same way if she has daughters. They both got chores, they both got curfews, they both need to learn this about the world and that about the world, and they got to learn the hard way, and they both got to work if they want things in life. She literally teaches all of her children pretty much the same principles. Okay? Men are going to have a different reality, and women are going to have a different reality. But a mother, a good mother, is going to pour into her sons and daughters equally. There's no favorites. There is no sons are easier to raise than daughters, and so on and so forth. Absolutely not. If she sees that her son is trying to get away with juggling multiple women, she's not going to be one of those boy moms who will sit by and be like, "My son sure be having them women. He a player," ha ha ha, and lying to each girl that comes over. That's something a boy mom would do. A mother of a son would be like, "Look, that's not right. You're hurting women. I'm not going to lie for you," or something of that effect, to that effect. That's a mother of a son. Okay, a boy mom would literally have a woman come to her and say, "Your son R'd me," and there was absolute proof. The son could literally have been convicted and everything, and that mother will still take the side of her son because that's my son, not my son. Even when she knows her son is guilty, that is a trash human being. That is the real definition of a boy mom. If you are not that kind of mom and you've been calling yourself a boy mom, stop. You are not a boy mom. Boy moms are garbage. Okay? They let their sons get away with everything. I'm speaking on that one particular story where that woman had a girl come to her and say her son R'd her. He was convicted, did time in prison, got out of prison, and R'd his own mother. And his mother was like, "I never thought he would do that to me." They were black. Before you ask, if you didn't know or hear about the story, black women, typical black women shit in the black community. And I'm not saying all black women do that, but we all know that there are certain black women in every family that's all about not putting a brother in jail and all this other stuff and save the black man and hiding the fact that Uncle Chester is a molester and all this other stuff because, they just got to turn the other cheek because God said to forgive and all that crap. There's plenty of black women like that in almost every black family. And so these are what we call boy moms. Okay. If you are not that type of mother, again, do not call yourself a boy mom. The women who are woke, the women who are have ascended higher, we recognize what a boy mom actually is, and we call you out, especially content creators. We're gonna call you out for your literal treason. Like it's literally treasonous amongst your own species. Like really? Oh my god. But anyways, I wanted to point that out because that's a plague. It's a problem in our community, and it needs to be checked. It really needs to be checked. Now, now let's get into some more of these comments. I learned a few years ago my mother used to give my brothers money, hundreds of dollars even. Meanwhile, she would yell at me when I would ask her for things I needed for school. As a young adult, anytime I owed her any money, she would torment me until I gave it to her. I don't miss her at all. Another commenter says, "I'm sorry. My mom's supporting me sometimes financially, but I also live alone with my daughter since like 15 years. I manage everything on my own, while my brothers live there and do nothing or the bare minimum, while my brothers can build their companies and I'm still overloaded with responsibilities. Uh, and she put me out the house on my 18th birthday because apparently I'm a burden. But my brother even went to jail multiple times and he's still at her home. She thinks she treats all her kids equal. Laugh out loud." This is the type of shit I'm talking about. This is a boy mom. It doesn't matter how she thinks she treats her kids equally. This woman is pointing out the top thing that boy moms do, which is favor their sons over their daughters. They love their sons and raise their daughters. This is a boy mom. If you are that woman who put your daughter out, or who has way more like these super high expectations over your daughters and not your sons, and your sons get to still live there and be a bum, you're a boy mom. And I would encourage you to get your shit together. Even though I know it's probably embedded in you and you're probably a lost cause. You know, a lot of y'all are going to go to y'all's graves miserable. Y'all sons are not going to be there in your old age. Because people always say, you know, when we're child free, you're not going to have anybody to take care of you when you're older. A lot of y'all favor y'all's sons when y'all's daughters would have been the ones to be there for you in old age. Y'all sons are, as a matter of fact, your sons are most likely going to end up getting killed. They're going to die from like health problems from not going to the doctor at a young age. Something bad's going to, they're going to end up in prison. Like your sons are not going to be there for you in old age 9 times out of 10. The ones who will be there most likely are daughters, and that's if you haven't scared her off. So get it together. But like I said, I know a lot of y'all are already male identified and y'all's brains are done. A lost cause. But if you are open minded enough to recognize that you are one of these mothers, do better. Please do better. Because those sons will not only not be there for you in your old age, they're more likely to put a bullet in your head. They're more likely to strangle you to death. Like, let's keep it a buck. Anyway, I needed this. I needed this. It's been a month since I fully decided to go no contact. I wanted it to work, but it's draining me and ruining me. Big Cat says, same. I made my decision a couple weeks ago. We deserve better. And there's another woman saying, I made this decision about my stepmom despite my dad trying to gaslight me. Okay? Another woman says, needed this so bad. Thank you so much. She never cared for me one bit. She wouldn't even brush my hair, feed me, bathe, or clothe me as a child. I was always in and out of child care protective services. So why should I care for her? Exactly. If your parents neglected you in childhood, neglect them later in life. It's simple. This last comment says she hates herself more than she hates you. But it's not love, so let it go. Shanae said, you are so right. I am done. I would no longer accept that in my life. That comment section was filled with quite a few women with the exact same experiences with their pick me boy moms. And this is another topic that we're going to hit on more so on my Patreon because I'm very censored on what I can say over here. Over there, we're going to get deep into it because I feel like as Black women, I want to touch on the things that hold us back the most. Religion, number one. Being male identified, number two. To the point where you're sacrificing your own daughters. All of that male identification and religion bleeds over into how you treat your daughters. Whether you realize that or not, whether you believe it or not, and whether you want to accept it or not, that's facts. So I'm done with this topic for now. We're absolutely going to revisit it. I just want you to know if you are a woman out there watching this and you have dealt with conflicting feelings between getting rid of your mom. And when I say get rid of them, I don't mean like do anything to her, but just like going no contact with your mom. You are not alone. As a matter of fact, I urge you to go on TikTok and type in like something along the lines of I went no contact with my mom or something. You are going to find hundreds of thousands probably of people, women in the exact same boat. And you're going to come across quite a few women who sound like they have the exact same upbringing and background that you have. You are not alone. And that's why I decided to share this. I'm all for adult children going no contact with their no good ass mama or daddy. It's one thing to say F your daddy because he was never there. But it's hard for a lot of women to separate from their moms because even though your mom treated you like crap, she was all you had in some cases. And so you're like, well, do I just go no contact with her? If she's poisoning your life, absolutely. Kick the bitch to the curb. And I mean that. She's going to have to learn her hard lesson later on in life or whenever. I don't know. When I think of the most atrocious like TV moms, I think of Black China and Tokyo Tony, whatever the bitch name is. I can't stand that. That woman is the type of mother that literally should have not become a mother. Really, she shouldn't have been born, in my opinion. It's, listen, I go hard on men, but there's a lot of y'all out there who are just as bad as men, if not worse. But anyway, I'm going to end it here. Leave your comments below, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your stories below if you'd like. I would love to read them. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.
All together, girls. 1, 2, 3. Fuck these men on the internet. They don't know what they want, but they will see what they can get. Oh, go and waste your one and only precious life while pretending not to have a full receding hairline. So keep your eyes on his hairline and your hand on your drink. For all you know, he is a psychopath. He'll leave you on red and he won't care